Hello everybody, and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the wonderful Anbennar mod. I am Count Christo, and this is all we can see of the world here on the second Azra expedition. So, I know a little bit more about the world of Anbennar than I did in our previous campaign as Wex, who is about there, maybe there by my reckoning. And this time we're going to be playing as dwarves. So, a little bit of background. I am a huge dwarf fan. I've always loved the whole kind of reclaiming the ancient empire under the mountain kind of mythos, and that fits perfectly within Anbennar. I will read this in just a moment. I'm also about to play a D&D campaign where I will be playing a character who was on the first Azra expedition. So it seems very fitting to play this, or give me, ample opportunity to muse about, what that person would be like, and so on. Lore of the world that would be useful for you to know ahead of this campaign. The Great Serpent Spine is a huge mountain range that goes all the way down here, and I think it keeps going that way, but I have never actually seen the end of it. Huge spine, used to be totally owned by dwarves, as I understand it, and they had this big empire with huge dwarven holds and all this kind of thing, and a big rail system and so on. And then basically they were slowly, I think it was slowly rather than suddenly, but slowly driven out by orcs and by goblins and probably other nasty sorts over the course of a very long time. And then, much more recently, there was something called the Green Tide, where basically the orcs thought that a new manifestation of their god had shown up. They all charged out, did a big genocide just about here, and then they got killed themselves. There are still some of them around here, and remnants of both sides fight it out over this territory. But let them fight it out under the sun. We, happy dwarves, dig. So, we are going to go on an adventure. We're going to try and find a new hold to make our own and call home. We're going to endeavor to rebuild the old Dwarven kingdom. Late game goal would be, and I don't know how long it'll take us to do this, but one goal is own the whole Serpent Spine. Every underground province that are part of the Serpent Spine, I want to own it. We want to have glorious high development holds. It's going to be glorious, basically. That's the idea. Other goals, of course, we're dwarves, so we don't like elves much. So if we could subjugate some major elvish kingdoms, that could be fun. We, of course, need to drive orcs a decent distance back from the edge of the mountain. I don't know if we get penalties for owning land outside the mountain. People from outside certainly get penalties for owning land inside the mountain. But we may want to, I think we should probably establish buffer states all the way around the Serpent Spine to secure the prosperity of our holds forevermore. But let's zoom in a little bit, quite literally. No special Dwarven model, which is a shame. There are some special ones, but I mean, I'm not trying to be demanding. It's still very cool. So the second Azra expedition, and I'm going to have to decide how to pronounce some of these things. The Dwarvar was rich, and everyone knew it. So when news of the Green Tide being broken at Rotten Step, when the news came of the Green Tide being broken at Rotten Step, many dwarves were overjoyed at the idea of venturing deep into the now orc-free caves of the Serpent Spine and making themselves a fortune. One such attempt had already been made by Fogin Azra, who in 1410 AA, which is after Ash, I think, which is after this colossal explosion and death of the old Elven Empire, led an expedition of his own into the Dwarvar in order to recover the Agnate Gem. So I hear that the dwarves have this set of 7 gems, and I believe I can forge them into a crown if I have all 7. Or is it 8? Looks like 8. The Dwarocaron crown. Oh no, it is 7 gems and a crown. The amethyst gem, the diamond gem, the citrine gem, the ruby gem, the jade gem, and the sapphire gem, and the agnate gem. So obviously we want to be able to do that at some point. Right now we don't know where the crown or any of the others are, but we do know the agnate gem is in the Azra Bank's coffers, which we will learn about here. The success of the expedition led to the creation of Azra Bank, and no other dwarf was in a better position than Jamun, a member of the Azra clan and a relative of Fongir, to start an expedition of his own. This time, however, the goal would be completely different. Instead of reclaiming a single gem was in this hold, by the way, I believe, they would be reclaiming the whole Serpent Spine. I could be wrong about that, actually. Maybe they came in here and then found the gem somewhere else. Assembling an adventurer band, getting the funds were no problem. Many dwarves, thinking they were entitled to some share of their ancestors' wealth, and Azra Bank was more than happy to fund their brethren. The real issue was that the fact that none of these adventurers actually knew what was happening inside the caverns. Many dwarves that fled this place, Kugdir, after the hold was broken in 1424 AA, were still alive, but even they did not know what was deeper in the mountain. So, okay, so the dwarves only got pushed out of here in 1424. Is that when the green tide started? I think that's when the green tide started, and they poured out here. Despite all of this, the second expedition was assembled, ready to face whatever dangers were guarding their ancient homes. After entering Kuagdir through its broken gates, the expedition was met by a small squatter goblin tribe, stood no chance. Hold was quickly liberated. They didn't come for prestige, they came for glory. Now the expedition has left, and stands at the beginning of the way, Dwarf Road. Morale's high, funding allows us to stay in the caverns indefinitely, and despite the Azra Bank's charter explicitly stating that profits must take precedence over any idea of dwarven glory, many in the expedition are wondering, is betraying our ancestors for personal gain worth it? So it says their funding will keep us going indefinitely. Do we get any extra? I mean, we've got 200 ducats there. Is that what they mean? And then we have the migratory tribe mechanics, so I can migrate here. You lose control over the Dwarf Road 1. We get Dwarf Road 2. We get 25 of each monarch point, and then we have to wait for a year before we can migrate again. Well, we should immediately go deeper, I think. There is an old ruined rail. The ancient Dwarovar highway was dominated by rails that connected the vast underground empire. When the orcs came, the rail system ground to a halt. Many dwarven holds lost their supply route and were left to starve in the darkness. Well, let us bring back the light. Let us rebuild the rail. We could just migrate to here and then settle down in this hold with 19 dev, which seems kind of nice. But instead, onwards. New trade road. Good. Gems. Nice. So when we leave a province, do we leave the trade goods set? I don't know. Mission fulfilled. Right, so we do have a... oh yeah, that's funny. The diamonds, rubies. Nice. Some prestige for us. We do have a tree that's based on... I think this is the same tree that all dwarves have when they are under the ground... when they don't have a hold to start with. I could be wrong. But I think if we retake a hold... I don't know if it's this one. There is a big hold here that was like the old capital, I think. But maybe when we take a hold, we get a new tree or we form something. I don't know. Anyway, so we have an expedition menu. Okay, we have to have a owned province that is an expedition target or has an explorable dungeon and is not currently building something. Interesting. Does not have the province modifier party wipe. Very D&D. Purge warband. So if we have goblins... or cave trolls, or deep goblins, or hobgoblins, or orcish or kobolds, we can drive them out. And in doing so, we get some prestige and military power and stuff. Excellent. Well, sorry, I should keep that as known. And then we can buy the Agnate Gem when we have discovered Abencost, which is the largest city in the world, big city, capital of the, well, former capital, I guess, of the Anbennar Empire. I think it was the capital. And yes, I find this funny. It's the gem is ours by right, currently in the hand of the descendants of Fongir, the coffers of the Azra Bank. They seem to have accepted that they will not rule the region. They may part with the gem if we offer them a generous enough sum. And then the sum is scaled based on your income. So it's like 15 months of income or something, and it's not very high. We are Regent Court right now. I imagine we may turn back to ancient Dwarven worship at some point in the future. But for now, we can pick a deity to worship. Castilios, what do you think? Solid pick, right? Nice, dependable guy. Probably something military related, because I imagine, I mean, there's someone here, and there's someone here, and there's someone here. And I have to imagine, you know, we think this is our ancient home. They could have been here for a heck of a long time too, for all I know. So I imagine they won't appreciate my arrival. Manpower recovery speed could be good. Siege ability. Global reform modifier progress is pretty good, actually. I think we should probably go manpower recovery. I'm worried that we're going... I mean, because it'll take us, you know, 100 months to fully regain, and I think we're probably going to find ourselves in a war before then. So let's go... Yeah, let's go national manpower. We will worship Nerat. Can I get more information about people on here? No, I don't think so. Cool. Yeah, we'll do that. We don't have any estates or subjects. So we have to have... Capital has to have one of the following. Dwarven hold or surface hold. You get some crowns and some prestige. Cool. And then you repair it. And you dig and you dig and you dig and you dig and you dig. And you end up with a nice hole, I think is the idea. So also mapping this. So we can get a conquistador with 40 tradition if I have Miltech 4. And I am worried early on that we're going to have to do some early fights. So I'm going to focus mill points. We have some spare money. I could afford to increase the size of my army a little. Shield walls. Nice. Armor-clad warriors holding iron plate tower shields separated by thin gaps let pikes through. Effective defensive formation again and again. Ensuring both the safety of Dwarven men and the slow demise of their enemy. Glorious. And we don't actually see the trade node yet, even though we have our guy deployed to it looks like. Well, there's no point turning my men into, like, raising up an army before I need to, I don't think. So I think we just unpause. An heir needed. We haven't got a designated heir. Oh yeah, what kind of government are we? We're adventurer, theocracy. You get -1 colonists, -1 diplomats. 33% recovery speed and less reform progress growth. We also have this adventurer unity. Right now we have none. At the highest level we get tax income, manpower recovery speed. Cool. And you can spend mill power to get it. And you steadily lose it, but various things help you gain it. So this is, you know, kind of like militarism. Okay. And we start with, just has to be this, yeah. Ooh, and we have an entirely different set of things, but then there's, yeah, a bunch that we don't get. I assume because you're expected to stop being an adventurer company by the time you unlock these. Call to the surfaces. The green tide is broken. Come one, come all. So you get more settling. Cool. Nice. Serpent Spine Spelunking. You get 5% expedition organization, more colonists and monthly adventuring unity, and more colonists, more improved relations. Remnants of old, the Dwarven still stands. We feared that every remnant of the Dwarven Empire had been razed. We discovered that a few rare holds survived, fortified within their great citadels. These ancient remnants have become stagnant and listless, but in many ways there are ancestors now living among us. It's our duty to awaken them. So there are still holds. I think there's like one here and one here, deep within the mountain, that have basically held out, but I think they've had very little contact with the outside. Every dwarf belongs to a clan. So stability cost, army drill, and marchers influence. Oh, we have factions. Reclaimers. Hark! Every dwarf has a story when one of their disparate ancestors forming expeditions to reclaim pieces. And until now they were merely stories, parables, warnings. But now we walk the halls of our ancestors. Awesome. Devotion, pioneers, cartel oversight. We have no doubt been funded by a cartel one way or the other. We could allow them into our leadership proper to flourish in these deep tunnels. Fortune seekers. Secrets in the dark. Movement speed up. And foreign network construction. 3 new expeditions appear in our provinces. Ooh. Treasures of our forefathers. Prosperity growth and autonomy change. Righting the oldest grudge. We are persevering people. We withstood the machinations of the giants and slew their greatest champions. For a long time we withstood the never-ending horde of goblins and orcs and infested our home. Our greatest failure as a people, to allow these creatures to fester. A great dishonor that thousands and thousands of years have not been able to reverse the shame until now. We must do our ancestors proud, do what must be done. Drive these pests back into the darkness and wipe them out entirely. The Purge Warband decision can always be used, but with reduced effects. Cool. Hold Restoration. I probably will do that even if it's not optimal. Just because that seems fun from a roleplay perspective. Hold Restoration. Orcs and Goblins have wronged us greatly. Build stuff. Century grade upgrade. Cost down. Nice. Or up to 4 Dwarven roads will be repaired. Cool. And you get an extra colonist and more settler chance. Awesome. So, what do we want in terms of an heir? Yeah, most likely they're not very influential. Sorry, not very loyal. What do we got? The Marchers, ooh, with the Core Knight logo. The Pioneers and the Fortune Seekers. That might just be a coincidence. That logo doesn't look amazing on this size screen, does it? Maybe I'll touch that up. Representing the warriors, chivalrous knights, power-hungry merchants, mercenaries, and vengeful souls, our adventuring company Marchers first gained their name after the Greentide Marchers, who held the defeat of Orkkind as their highest priority. Cool, so that makes sense that it would be that logo. Representing those who became adventurers in search of new opportunities and homes, or those who returned to reclaim their homeland, pioneers seek to establish new settlements in order to restore civilization to wilder lands. Representing the opportunists and merchants among the adventurers, fortune seekers look to profit from the free-for-all adventuring by rebuilding some infrastructure and taking its profits for themselves. So what do we get if you're in charge? Less discipline, less diplo rep, but more caravan power, more goods produced, less construction cost. Development cost down, settler chance up, but national manpower down. And land attrition down, global settler up, but admin way down. Interesting. Or marchers, morale of armies, force limit, prestige, and diplo rep. Interesting. And army attrition prestige boosts that. Being at peace boosts that. And having more provinces and mercantilism boosts that. Okay. Well. Skilled adventurer captain. I wonder if these have different stat outcomes based on which you pick. Like the charismatic, the powerful, the skillful. I'm going to check, actually. Having checked the code, no, I don't think it does. I could be wrong. So do I want Adventurer Unity or less Unity but more influence for one of the different factions? I'll definitely go for more Unity. 434 is pretty good. Pretty strong start, I would say. Interactions available. Promote Unity. Can I only do this every so often? I don't want to do it right away, though, because I feel like that would hurt my ability to get to Tech 4 really quickly. So we should probably drill the army. We can't because we don't have a leader. Do I want to make my guy a leader? He's 100. Oh yeah, how long do dwarves live? That's a good point. Dwarf. Long-lived race. Average lifespan around 150. So isn't this guy going to die like any minute now? He is an agate dwarf. I feel like he's going to die very quickly. But his heir is good, so let's put him in charge. Not very good. Also not very good. But we'll put him in charge and we'll drill. I mean, we're fighting to... Ooh, they just migrated. And our heir is in 90s. Yes, not a great start. We're fighting to reclaim the whole area. We really ought to... none of these are what we want. I think I am going to spend money to actually dump 2 of them. To see if we can get, like, I don't know, discipline or manpower. I think it's really important that we get something good early. Neither of those are good. I can't spend another 30 ducats because we're going to want to build more than we can afford, I think, when we get to the first fight. We'll go land maintenance just to save a little bit of money. Okay, the 10th Pantheonic Council. There are rituals and forms associated with the Pantheonic Council, as laid down in the centuries. Corin will be unlocked. Oh yeah, this is the thing that I didn't pay much attention to when I first played, but now I understood it. Morale of armies and shock damage. That is better than the manpower bonus, actually. So yes, we will take up her sword and shield. I didn't pay much attention to this my first time through. This is the start of the Reformation, basically. The Reformation is her and her godhood. Base value of devotion is actually ticking down. Interesting. So when can I migrate? It'll pop up, I guess. This is an expedition target right here. Ooh. So what does it mean for it to be... Also, there's a goblin majority here. Can I purge them? Any owned province is not the capital province and does not have a core. Okay. So we can only do that once we're actually colonizing rather than during this period. Let's go speed 5. Oh, forced migration against Snotfinger and anti-monstrous conquest. Yeah, see, this is the problem. They immediately have 14,000 men. They do lack a mill tech versus us. Stop drilling. I'm worried that they're going to declare on us immediately. Look at these little guys. Snot finger, honestly. Goblins. Yeah, that seems bad. Also, my general rolled so badly. Oh. How important is Tech 2? I never really think about Tech 2. Sorry, Tech 3. It gives you... We have a 25% morale bonus over them, but no tactics advantage. We currently earn 0.06. We're going to have to go into debt, basically, to beat them. Let's try... The flag is funny. Let's get... Oh, we're going to lose so much money. Let's go to 12 troops. I think we can afford that. Do I keep drilling? I think I do keep drilling, to be honest. Because if they attack me right now, we're going to lose. Like, there's no two ways about it. And we have to go after them. Force war goal. Show superiority. The problem is, how do I, like... If I force migration, they migrate here. We're going to have to do it again. We're going to be stuck for 5 years. That seems bad, right? But we need to... Yeah. They've rivaled us. Okay. Yeah, I'll counter-rival you. But now if they declare war on us, we won't have the forced migration CB. Seems disastrous. Oh, another guy's shown up. I just don't know what the mechanics are. We might have to do some... you know, if it goes terribly right at the start, and they're training more men too. All right, we should stop. We should stop drilling. But hey, we got a little bit of army drill, almost a whole 2% less damage received, and yeah, we are going to start losing money soon. I could develop the province, but I think when it's increased by 30% because it's Dwarven Road. Yeah, you basically, I don't think you're meant to develop the roads. You just develop the actual holds themselves. And surface hold, I think, means it's still mostly underground, but it, like, has a gate to the surface, I think. They're going to trounce us unless we... I mean, we're able to migrate, and we can't because these geezers are in the way. They're still raising more men. Maybe I should have started raising men immediately. I feel like we're already behind. Oh, I should spy on them as well. Let's get all these open. You know, it's a new campaign when you gotta throw all the Diplo windows open. And they have forced migration and monstrous conquest on us as well. So they're really they're slowing us down. All of this time is migration time ticking down. But I guess I shouldn't stress it too much. We're not trying to achieve the impossible. At least I don't think so. Oh god, they migrated into the hold. Maybe they're just going to migrate away. That's a good point, actually. Because I feel like my 12 versus their 21, we lose that, right? Maybe I have to wait for this. How long? When would we have it? For over a year. I think we lose this. Can we really take him 2-1? What is the combat width at the moment? Base is 20. Yeah, so they would flank the heck out of us. We haven't invented cavalry. Well, I have to just recruit more men, don't I? Maybe 16 we'd be able to do it. I'm just so ignorant about what is enough to actually beat them. And they're going to get Tech 3 at some point soon. Clan boss Snotfinger here. We'll see. With 16, we have a 25% morale advantage. They have no general assigned. They do have cav. Hopefully their regiments are worse. How are ours? I mean, they're very basic. 1 defensive shock, 2 defensive morale. What modifier have we got at the moment? Yeah. Let's try with 16. See if it's doable. So what am I trying to declare to do? Because what I want to do is force them to migrate here or here. But I think if I force migrate, they might just go here, which achieves nothing. What if I mean, if I conquer the province, I can't just abandon it to no one. Could I conquer it, purge the warband? Does that just cause it to stop existing? I think maybe that is how that works. Let's test that. So we are going for anti-monstrous conquest. I'm going to conquer the province, purge warband, and then hopefully they just stop existing. That's the hope. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and what's the... Yeah, dice roll for attacker -1. Do you want to come at me? No, and it looks like they just changed their unit type. Oh, and they just got a bunch of extra troops. Where did they come from? And they got a 3-shot general. Well, this could be the end. Let's find out. Oh, or the game could crash. Oh, it's not crashing. Okay. So, yeah, we took a 1 penalty. We have a decent morale advantage. Pips-wise... They're better. They're substantially better than us. So we're going to lose. They have a freaking advantage over us on shock. Okay, well, the Azra expedition was a bit of a failure. Well, maybe I should have waited for Tech 4, I guess. But the problem is, by the time I get to Tech 4, they're going to get to Tech 3. Anyway, let's start again. So I think I may make this an edited series. We'll see. Because especially if we're gonna have to retry the start, that's not as fun to do fully live. Anyway, we've got something different made here now. Serpent's Bloom. Assemble the subterranean ensemble of the subterranean bioluminescent plants used in underground agriculture, thriving in the special ecosystem that is the Serpent Spine. They've been used in all sorts of farms and plantations throughout millennia by Serpent Spine inhabitants and form the basis of the food chain. Cool. Cool. Got a worse air, but a better set of traits this time, by the way. Still a bad general roll. 2 shock. 3 siege is kind of nice, but 3 shock. Okay, okay. That's better. That's better. And I'm training the men straight away this time. So this is cool. Because we picked Corin as our patron, we can dedicate ourselves to the emulation of Corin the Greatest Adventures, or emulation of Corin who bears the mantle of war. We get less chance of a new heir, but that doesn't matter because we're a theocracy. We get -1 Diplo relations, who we're going to talk to. And we can get +1 monthly military power until our death, or plus 10% combat infantry combat ability. I like the idea of +1. Oh, we got a discipline guide this time, by the way. Yeah, let's go with infantry combat ability. That seems useful. They don't appear to have migrated here this time, by the way. So, oh. Wow. What impeccable timing. What impeccable timing I have. I feel like we're going to have trouble. Yeah, now, of course, now we can migrate again. Days later. I feel like we're going to have trouble with... We might be able to get global trade. That's a good midterm goal. Make us win the race to get global trade would be fun. Manufactories shouldn't be a problem. Enlightenment's not a problem. Industrial's not a problem. How does the printing press work? You have to basically be in a particular area in order to get the printing press. It's just a shame. But and then Renaissance, yeah, likewise. But we should just be able to dev push these, I guess. And we already have feudalism, right? We actually don't have feudalism. Ooh. Interesting. Ah, because it's based on the province and we've migrated? Oh, no, sorry. We have embraced feudalism. Feudalism is just not present in our country. That's why this is a bit confusing to look at. Okay, okay, okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to gear up this time, a bit more. We're just going to put all of our manpower into the army and see what we can do here. I don't know how... Yeah, I'm not sure what else we can do, apart from just sitting around waiting for the next tech level, which seems, pretty tedious. Okay, we've raised up 20 guys. We'll stop drilling. We've drilled as much as we can. We've got 23 army drill. There is this other, the Forge Masters Union has popped up here. And they're still raising more men. They have a force limit of like 30, by the way. But now that we've filled up the combat width, that seems better. I'm gonna, whoops, no, not load. Let's save the game. So I have somewhere to come back to. But we could potentially ally with these guys if we had to. Which would help. I'm going to declare when we would arrive right at the beginning of the next month. Come back from them. Show superiority, because we're still trying to purge them. 20 versus 26. What do you think? How do you like our odds? We're not quite at Tech 4, by the way. I didn't wait for that. They haven't got to Tech 3. They have that 4-shot general again. Oh, we have the one bonus. We are going to take the penalty, the terrain penalty, though. But I feel like they're raising men at just the same rate I am. Do we just have to roll well? Filling the combat width is helping us. But his problem is as soon as they break, if any of them break, there's just going to be more to take their place. We're taking slightly fewer casualties than them. Oh, that was a really bad roll. Come on, really good roll. Bring it back. Not much happens in the fire phase. Big 9. Okay. Nope. Oh, just as I prepare, they migrate away. Okay. We built to 22k. We got the next Miltech, which gives us the tactical advantage. Okay, save. Get the heck out of here. Maybe forced migration would be better, but what if they're trying to retreat? That's a good sign. Okay, slow it down. Oh, we got a mission fulfilled. Get 42. Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about this. We could have got a 40 tradition guy. He might have been better. But we have a 2 advantage in the shock phase this time. Why? I reloaded the save just before we attacked them. Where's your good general? With a 2 advantage in the shock phase, we can take him. Let's go. Great victory for the dwarves. Stack wipe them immediately. And give me that conquistador. We are going to go broke pretty soon. And the conquistador sucks. Okay, but that's them stack wiped. And now I feel like I need to immediately disband these troops. In fact, yeah, consolidate regiments. We need to immediately get rid of some of these troops, I feel like. Because otherwise we're going to be in trouble. I hope this conquest CV works, but yeah, we don't have long. I guess I need to start promoting Adventurer Unity just so we get this base yearly tax income up. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see how the siege goes. I find this a funny event. Decrease of goblin tolerance, and we finally won the siege at the same moment. All right. So let's see if this works. Give me the province. Could I force them? Ooh, claim fragments. You can make them a vassal. Humiliate them? No. We'll take the province. And some money. Keep us afloat a little bit. Okay. And now, I think I can purge them. Purge warband. Boom. And now we can migrate. Nice. Okay. You guys know about me yet? They do not. Okay, I was drilling. This is where we're trying to go, I think. I can't stand spending too much time just migrating around, especially if we have to fight every step of the way. These guys seem to have moved away, though. So that's good. That's good. Also, surely I should get... we don't get any, like, eclipsed or anything. You still have them rivaled. They don't exist, bud. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see. Also, I asked an old fan and viewer and multiplayer player what I should form as the dwarves, and he gave me 2 suggestions, which were Haraz Ordlhum and Ovdal Lodhum. So I don't know if which hold you take determines what you did, what you get, rather. Some people suggest just going straight back here. That didn't seem like the idea. We're meant to be going, you know, exploring this way. Let's, should I explore into... Should I explore, I guess, is my question. And I think I'm gonna try it. The problem is, we'll have to fight natives on the route. Like, some of these places have 8,400 locals. And how many casualties do we take fighting them? Thousands. Yeah, it's not worth it. We do get some army tradition for that. But yeah, with this manpower shortage, I don't think that's worth it. And I will need to reduce the size of the army. Our money is positive. I just put some mill points into promoting Adventurer Unity. And in fact, I think we should do that again. Just to try and get some income going. And these guys... yeah, I'm going to keep drilling them. We could rival the Forge Masters. Could also ally the Forge Masters. I think allying them, just to have someone to call in against nearby people would be good. But I could also potentially conquer them. I still don't know. Yeah, I don't recall if I'm meant to be... Are you meant to develop before you migrate? How does that system work? Oh, hello. We could force them to relocate. So we could rival them and beat them right now. But I want to be able to migrate. Can you migrate at war? I don't think it makes sense to fight our fellow dwarves in the short term. Never mind. Right as I hit the pause recording button, they freaking rival us, okay? Fine. You know what? Fine. Let's stop drilling. You want to fight? We'll fight. I think a show of strength for some monarch points would probably be in order. We don't have much manpower, but yeah. Does forcing migration give you monarch points? I don't think it does. We'll go with the humiliate. Do they have a general? They do, but he's bad. And what is this, by the way? This is a cavern. -2 dice roll. Oh, crap. Okay, we still won. Good. But that could have been disastrous. And they're not retreating to right here? Oh, the freaking natives, man. Alright, well, this is going to cost us quite a bit of manpower to do this siege. I think we can probably afford... Yeah. Let's do this. Let's go get our siege leader. Well, I keep forgetting about the fact that these damn tunnels are swarming with goblins. But this should work. Right, finally won. That did delay our continued migration by a bit, but do we want the show strength or do we want their money? We barely have any money. We'll show strength. But yeah, that's good. And they migrated away. So we get some prestige and we get a whole bunch of power projection, which is certainly nice to have. And we can migrate to an expedition target. Hang on, wasn't this also an expedition target? So what does it mean that we are on a migration target? We have an objective. Hidden in the mining stone, many secrets have been lost. Perhaps we could find a few. 50 dip. Okay. Expedition menu. So how does this work? Hold and Dwarven Road harbour just as many secrets as the caverns adjacent. To which do we send our best men to explore? Lost monuments and artifacts, treasures beyond belief, and lost knowledge are ripe for the taking. Danger level, copper, which I guess is low. Length, medium. Can I migrate while doing an expedition? I guess we'll find out. Choose a target. We've chosen a target. Do we move forward and outfit the expeditionary party with the necessary supplies? Losing the province in any way will delete all our progress. Never mind, because I need to get to this hold before we can settle down. So we won't be doing that just yet. And we can get some imminentness for pushing these two. Yeah, let's do that. Good stuff. Oh, we died of old age. Fair enough. He lived beyond any natural humans, witnessing the coming and passing of ages, innumerable triumphs and overwhelming grief. Rest in peace, the sole arbiter of the battlefield. Captain's battlefield. He is not long for this world. Yes. Yes, I am aware of that. We're going to stay with Corin for now, I think. Interesting. And needed. Yeah, I'm going to go with just more adventurer unity. 630 is not exactly what I was looking for. Let's put both these guys in. Okay. Not terrible. Let's keep drilling. These guys keep migrating around. So it's interesting that the hold is actually accessible from quite a few different regions. Although now I look, this is a dead end back here. So we should try and come and conquer the Forge Masters Union. Why is the Forge Masters Union just kind of bumming around, bouncing back and forth in the Serpent Spine? That doesn't seem like what they would be up to. But I guess what do I know? We should probably start thinking about getting some other advisors. We can afford them, I guess, but do I want to be affording them? The thing is, as soon as we take this place, we can start, developing the province and so on. We don't need spy network construction. One step closer to the hold. We'll have eyes on it now. Oh, it actually moves our army too. That's cool. Harrows. Oh, okay, right. This is one of the ones that we wanted to form. It's an infested hold. Thousands of hostile creatures, an orcish majority, following Old Dukan, which are the orcs that didn't believe in the kind of second coming dude that showed up. Okay, interesting. Gold and more. Province producing gold. This province produces gold. So did these ones keep their trade good when we left them? No. I wonder if it will get it back when we retake it. Because if this does produce gold, that would be so useful. We get yearly inflation reduction for 20 years. We'll take that. We'll take that. And now from here, into the hold. Okay, this month we migrate into the hold. And I should also mention something that was mentioned to me by yeah, the old fan and dev of Anbennar who recommended this might be a fun one to play. So apparently this is one of the more evil aligned Dwarven factions, which I will lean into. That seems fun. You know, maybe the dwarves tried being nice, and it turned out that didn't work. We got to be... takes an iron fist to reunite the serpent spine. So, you know, brace yourself. We might get a bit into it. I hope that's okay with you. We get some points. We get to migrate. Boom. Changes to copper. We get forced migration against Siegebreaker, who has a force shock thing right here. That's a little worrying. Clear infested hold. This will spawn an army. And here it is. Refound this. The place of the High Lords. Haraz Oldhum. Ordlhum was built on the backs of slaves. 7 admin. 3 cities. You change that. You get Legacy of Adventurers. 40 years. Which gives you some bonuses. The penalty for admin efficiency will be lessened by each tier of the government reform that we have enacted. Interesting. Okay. But a loss of admin efficiency if we're mostly colonizing doesn't really matter. The event direction of our new country happens in 1 day. Become a platinum dwarf, which becomes our primary culture. And we get new missions. Okay, so we have a cold reclaimed. We have defense forces assembled. Good stuff. So now do I... Well, first off, I definitely stopped drilling. Okay, I was raising up men ready to fight them, but they've fled. It's time to clear the infestation. So there is a Dwarven majority, but a large Orcish minority. I wonder how what the slave mechanics are like in Anbennar. I'm curious. Infested holds must be cleared before they can be developed. We need to purge this of its cursed inhabitants. Clear it. We get Ruin Hold instead of Infested, and we get 8 size Black Orc Warband or Revolt. Okay, not a problem. Also, I should probably rival you, huh? But here they are. Black Orcs. Do they get any special special units? They're just shield walls still. Cool. Should be able to win that fairly easily. Good. Boom. So now it's cleared. It's a Dwarven hold, and it is a ruined hold. Can be restored during the Dig Deeper button next to development. Okay, dig deeper. Let's do it. Restore the hold. Okay, it costs 100 crowns and will take 4 years. Fix a hold. It's not currently constructing something. You have to have no rebels. You have to have some military points and money. You lose some stuff. It'll cost us money. Okay, stop hiring all those extra men, because it turns out we're going to need this money. Let's let's consolidate down for now and stop paying the men for a second, because we're making no money at all. Okay, but this place does have... How do I close this? Probably same button. Yeah, cool. So we can now actually start developing, but do we want to develop a ruined hold with plus 150 points? Probably not. And I can't colonize because we have no colonists. Can I get any colonists? This gives settler increase. I feel like this assumes I'm going to have a colonist. Okay, this one gives... You can get controlled expansion. Okay, so this gives us a settler. We just have to have repaired the hold. So we need to make some money. How do we make money? Well, the only way I know how to make money, right? Well, you know, first thing we do, we fire this guy for sure. It was a mistake to hire him. Big waste of money. We don't pay the men. We're making some money. We could take out some loans, but it would take a lot of loans. I could even exploit 4. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Not many ways for us to make money right now. Ooh, we've learned about the Amethyst Forge somewhere in the West Serpent Spine. Cool. Well, yeah, we're just going to save up, repair the hold, and if any of these guys migrate next to us, we're going to actually conquer them this time. Because we don't need to migrate anymore. Although I guess I could migrate out and migrate back for the monarch points, but no. This is our home. Here at the top of the Serpent Spine, we will make our claim, and we will bend any resource that needs to be bent to our will in order to rebuild the Dwarven Empire. I think we actually do migrate out and then come back. I'm going to save before I do it, but I think we migrate out because all we're doing right now is just saving money. Although the province is making money, but like next to none. because the local tax modifier is minus 100%. And there's no production. Why is there no production here? No, I think about it, actually. I'm not sure what's causing that. What's the... Generated monthly income. Generate yearly income of 0. Huh. I'm not sure what's giving it 0, actually. But yeah, I think I'm going to move out and then come back again just for the Monic points because we have to spend another 30 months saving money before we can repair it anyway. And the trade good here is copper now. That gold isn't locked in. Damn. Unfortunate. Okay, so we can migrate back as planned. Maybe I should migrate out and migrate back and migrate out and migrate back until this place makes gold. That would be pretty funny. And we gain monstrous conquest against them. We also just got the next mill tech, so we are at 5 to their 3. So I think we can take them, even with the 2 crossing penalty. Their shock is the same as ours. So let's attack them before they get a chance to migrate away. We only have... Why don't I have monstrous conquest? I think I will at the end of the month. There we go. Anti-monstrous conquest. Anti-monstrous conquest. Show superiority. So we're going to take the 2 penalty, and I'm worried about these guys as well. Let's spy on them. But yeah, I'd like to... If we can conquer 2 additional provinces early here, I feel like that'll be a very strong start. Holy crap. They have a lot of dudes. We're going to win this? I think we are. Yeah, the tactics advantage plus morale advantage is pretty supreme. But then I think these guys are going to declare war on us immediately afterwards. Which is problematic, to say the least. And I do need to go grab my siege leader. Although, no, didn't the siege leader die? I forget. No, we still have the siege leader. Oh, that's a different siege leader. I think you're going to kill me unless I raise some troops. But then if I raise troops, I'm not going to be able to afford to repair the hold. Ah! Okay, won the siege. I'm raising a larger army. Otherwise, I feel like these kobolds are just going to come over and trounce us. They're probably going to migrate away now that I've done that, of course. But yes, we'll take this. We'll take 5 whole ducats. Which means I've spent all the money I wanted to spend repairing the freaking hold. But there we go. We conquered them. So we could purge the warband. Which is tempting. But I think I'm not going to. But the thing is there any point holding a cavern province? I feel like, I mean, holding it so that others can't hold it is one thing. And I guess it also just gets me closer to, you know, connecting with whatever's over here. And it lets me attack these guys. So yeah, I guess there is a point. I think we are going to core it. It's got a lot of unrest. But I mean, yeah, culture conversion is reduced because they're oppressed. So we're not going to be able to convert. You can't convert a culture that has separatism. Maybe I should just... Thing is, okay, I think we hold on to it. We go to war with these guys next. We beat them. Then we purge both of them. And then we just sit happily in our hold, not having to worry about external threats for a while. I think that's the strat. Because otherwise we're going to have rebellion problems here just again and again and again and again. So I think that is the strategy. So we don't purge them yet. Problem. Owns less than 3 cities. So what we do is we go over here. We click the button. We get the Monic points out of it. And we hope they migrate this way. If they don't, I migrate after them to chase them. In 2 months. I think that's the strat. If they stay put for 2 more months, we migrate after them. And then immediately attack them. Purge them. And then we're kind of safe. Then there's no one bumming around in our region. Except whoever this is. Which we will deal with next, I guess. But this makes a lot of sense thematically, right? We're clearing clearing the mountain surrounding our hold, well, before we really commit to digging. It seems good. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this as an edited series, by the way. There's a lot of just like, okay, now I'm going to go speed 5 for a year. Which maybe is because I'm missing something, and obviously that'll change as we grow, but still. Alright, there's the anti-monstrous conquest. Let's give it a go. They seriously outnumber us. Will they come attack us? They have a 4 shock. Okay, so I am going to risk Oh, they're leaving. Yeah, I was going to risk fighting those locals, though there aren't many. They've left their capital. That seems... I guess they could be baiting me the same way I was just trying to bait them, but I can't see these provinces, so no way for me to really know. They can at any point come and attack me and inflict the -2 penalty. I need to go grab the siege general. But I think, you know, fingers crossed, I think this is going pretty well. We purge them, then we just migrate back, and we have a free reign. And we colonize probably rapidly towards this one, just because this is kind of a known entity, while exploring down a bit the other ways. But I would like to try and get control of this hold before anyone comes in from outside, because then we can use that as, you know, a choke point, which kind of locks down some of this territory for us. Although, it looks like there is a breach here in the side of the mountain, not defended by the hold, so that's not good. We need to try and get to that province as well. Alright, there's the siege. Great. We'll have the province and some money. We'll purge them. Getting more mill points. Then we'll head on in. And then I think what I'll do is I'll go on a little bit of an exploration. We're going to take some casualties as we do it. But if we go as a big stack, we have some manpower that we're not going to need, basically. So let's go on a little bit of an explore around our new home while we wait to be able to migrate, which we can do pretty soon. Yeah, very soon, in fact. Excellent. God, we're getting so much money per month right now. Oh, right, no, that's just because we just pieced the guys out, I think. Yeah, back to 1.7. It's not terrible. But, yeah, very soon we'll head back over, get that hold repaired. And then also, because we're, like, not doing anything, we have been getting loads of monarch points. Change to livestock. I'm actually tempted to migrate out and migrate back again, so it's not livestock. That is tempting. Do I want to take Diplo for the innovativeness? Or do I want to save Diplo so that we can take exploration ideas? Probably the latter. And is it exploration ideas that we want? Rather than expansion? Because it probably has to be exploration, just so we can get conquistadors to explore down here. But, I mean, realistically, we'll probably want both. I don't want it to be livestock, though. I might even save scum the trade good. Oh, livestock? I don't recall any livestock. This place makes gems. It's always made gems. Which means I've completed something. Yes, diamonds and rubies, 15 prestige, nice. And with prestige this high, by the way, adventure unity is actually going up. So I've explored my way all the way down here. Blade Breaker is are the orcs out here. That's probably as far as we need to go. Should I be purging the aggressiveness, or should I? When the colony becomes a city, the remaining nations will give the following benefits and will never have a negative effect. Local goods produced minus 0.25. Seems like a negative effect to me. Anyway, we're in the city. We've taken exploration ideas, and we're just waiting to have enough money to repair the hold. I'm going to bring these guys home and stop paying them, just so we can do that faster. Although they're really cheap. Why are they so cheap, by the way? Have we got a huge modifier on the cost of our men that I didn't notice? We are a Dwarven claimer. Yeah, 75% down. Nice. You will lose this if you declare a non-coalition offensive war in a country outside of the Serpent Spine continent. Interesting. And yes, +1 colonists from this, but then -1 from being an adventurer. Cool. Cool. Apparently we're trading in Mithril. That seems very sick. Mithril. That's, yeah, that seems good. I'm not sure why exactly. But hey, prestige. Seems fun. Look what the heck I've found. Okay, so I've been just exploring around the place. And over here, there is the Shattered Crown. A 65 dev orcish clan who appears to have a whole bunch of land already locked down. With a trophy pile. Underground hold. But they are a non-subterranean race, so the province is less effective for them. Interesting. Okay, so they seem like a kind of mid-game boss, as it were. We're just going to keep exploring around, figuring out, yeah, what's going on in these parts. Right, now we're about to get our first colonists, and we have to make a decision. Do we take native oppression for the global settler, or coexistence for the uprising chance? It's interesting this says local goods produced down. I feel like we have to go. I mean, the thing is, I always go native coexistence, which obviously doesn't fit the roleplay at all. But I also don't want to have to pay my army the whole time. I guess, you know what? Yeah, okay. We'll just commit to the roleplay. We're gonna go native repression, the global settler increase. We're gonna constantly have our army paid. We're gonna have troops standing around ready to deal with any orcs or gobos or anything else that doesn't like me colonizing our rightful territory. And it's our rightful territory by might of our fists and our axes and our picks. So, yeah, alright. Let's do that. Oh, by the way, and it will not give a negative effect. This local goods produced negative modifier is wrong. The tooltip is correct. We could migrate again, by the way, but I'm not gonna. We're gonna take colonists. Oh no, we can't afford to send a colonist. Treat them ruthlessly from now on. Increase the frequency of their raids. Inaccurate. It will keep them the same as they were, I believe. The other ones will reduce it. That's not the same thing. Yeah, I can't afford to send an expedition if I do that. But yes, I guess we'll commit, because the other thing about having them at high maintenance the whole time is it means the people who aren't actively holding down places with terraforming, we're colonizing, we'll be able to drill like the whole time. Okay, I think we can do it. Repair the hold. It's going to cost us a bunch of money, take a bunch of time, but now we've done that, we can actually start colonizing. So this place has 10,000. We should probably send, yeah, most of them here. Oops, did forget to pay the men. Oh no. Oh no. How am I going to get them back? Right, you guys march in with the shock general. That's a problem. Because, okay, they didn't trigger one as soon as they arrived. That's good. Send the colonists. Our first great colony. Fort maintenance. Yeah, that doesn't matter. We don't have any forts. So is this the repair progress? Yeah, 4%. We are doing restoration operations. Nice. And the fact that that's a building, by the way, caused no end of fruitless hunting for errors in my code when it was complaining about the macro builder building slots. I'm a bit scared about this shattered crown guy. It seems problematic. Can I send... Ooh, adventuring maps. Offered updated maps for our adventuring parties. Interesting. We don't actually need any adventuring unity right now. So, no. Thanks, that's all good. Oh god. A vast horde have attacked. Already our defenses are being put to the test. They will not hold forever. If we are to destroy this menace, defensive action must be taken in defense of our hold. A wave of core goblins. Kill them all. Okay, I guess I better stop drilling. Put all my men in here. Is this like a decision-based thing, or are we just going to get a bunch of pop-ups? Or is it just that they're going to keep rising up like that? I don't know. Maybe I should... I mean, I could always attack these at 207 mil. Okay, never mind. We're definitely not doing that. Oh dear. Okay, but this is building. 18% done now. I guess you have to open and reclose for this to update. Or maybe once it's 20% done, it will fill one chunk. I'd like to bet on the latter. Yep, there we go. Nice. Cool. Oh, and our first government reform. Another colonist seems very hard to turn down. This also gives you a colonist, but you get more unity. And our expeditions will have more expedition organization, which I assume is good. More colonists, but more improved relations. No. More expeditions or more colonist growth? 25 colonist growth is more than double base right now. So yeah, I think call to the surfaces. Everybody come on in. The temperature's fine. Come to the Dwarven holds. Seems good. So yeah. Why can't I send someone here? Adjacent to one of your own provinces. Oh, not colonies. Yes. Okay, well, I guess we colonize in order to trap these guys in, basically? Or do I go... just start extending both directions down the Dwarf Road? Seems most sensible. Or should I be beelining to this guy? Problem is, if I beeline it to this guy, I feel like he's going to just destroy us. Well, oh, you know the other thing we could do? Oh, we can't do this. Why? Because it's building. You can't do that while you're building. Okay. Yeah, I guess we go here. Or no, I mean, we should go to here so that we can have a defense. Like, we need a fort here to hold off this Shattered Crown guy. So yeah, let's go that way. Oh, wait. Now we need to hold both provinces, and we have no manpower. It's not ideal, that. Far from ideal. We should be able to hold down both. But let's see. Oh, we can't afford to have two. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Abandon this. Unfortunately, we can't use our second colonist right now. Because we literally do not have the money. But we still got the settler increase, so that's good. Okay, but with the hold reclaimed, I'm going to call it episode 1. This is going to be an edited series. We've already gone through, like, almost a quarter of the length of the previous series. The previous series was 30 hours long or something. This one has been 1. But thank you very much for watching. The Azra expedition will continue in a moment. Probably a week from today, in fact. If you're watching this day it went out, you're on the Dwarf Road again. I need to get to them. I need to get to them. Come on, migrate this way. You know you want to. Do not migrate down and take this hold. That would be a pain. That's exactly what they're going to do, isn't it? Crap. Anyway, I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Also, worth noting, I should mention this at the end of the first episode. If you want to watch the episodes 1 a week, that's no problem. They'll come out as normal 1 a week. If you want to watch the whole series early, they will all be live as of the uploading of this video, and channel members can watch them early. Feel absolutely no pressure, and they will come out as normal. If you choose not to do that, but if you want to see the whole series early, go ahead and do that. Either way, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.